Pep Talk UK, Dirty Harry, we're at BT Tower for the Joyce Dubois presser, and with me I've got Dean Whyte. How's it going, mate?
All good, man, all good.
Look, I mean, this fight got announced this morning. We've worked up to the presser. What's your first thoughts upon seeing the announcement?
Do you know what? There's been whispers for the last few weeks about this fight being made.
Yeah.
That bloody Sam Jones tried to pull me coat, pretend that he was fighting, Joyce was fighting Price, and Daniel was going to fight Fujimoto. But like I said, I did hear that, that wasn't the case. It was going to go ahead. We've got a great fight, man. A great 50-50 fight. Just now we saw a little bit of argy-bargy. That's the most I've seen from those two gentlemen, and that kind of animation, that kind of intensity. The fans are in for an interesting fight, man. Come April the 11th, I believe.
Yes, April the 11th.
So it's one of those ones. There's a lot to lose for, I guess, for both guys. Obviously, if you're weighing up the age of Joe Joyce, he's got a lot to lose because obviously he's got to go down the table quite a bit. And then obviously if Daniel Dubois uses, he's a young man, he'll come again. But listen, I'm surprised. I am surprised that the fight was actually made so soon. They've got it's a big risk on Frank Warren's part, and he said it might be his biggest risk to date.
Okay. Now another thing I picked up on was Joe Joyce's mum was asking Daniel questions in the presser. What did you think of Daniel's reaction to that?
The first one, I don't know, I thought it was a bit sarcastic. I'm not sure, it's borderline, obviously that's his mum, but she's asking the question and she wanted an answer, so he gave it to her. It's kind of a bit touchy, that one, you know what I mean?
Okay. And after this fight, I mean, a lot of people are saying the winner's going to go on to a world title. I think that's sort of a given. Mm-hmm. But what do you see for the loser, whoever that may be? Where do you see them? Do you think they can rebuild?
Do you know, it's a difficult one if you're talking about, for look, Joe Joyce is what, 34?
Yep.
So if he loses, he's in a very precarious situation because he's going to have to go back and rebuild. For Daniel Dubois is the same, but what he's got is he's got immense backing from Frank Warren. But then what they're going to have to look at is he the hope that they actually believed he would be, because he's lost at this juncture. So now the man they're backing and putting all their hopes and stuff behind has come up short. So it's a tricky one. But look, Daniel Dubois has got immense power. He's got a brilliant jab. He's got a brilliant right hand. Joe Joyce is someone that's done it all in the amateurs and come in the pro ranks, and he's probably got one of the best resumes for someone that's had 10 fights with the type of opponents he's faced.
Yeah.
So for me, there's a lot of experience there. But yet again, those opponents didn't have Daniel Dubois' jab, didn't have Daniel Dubois' power, didn't have his youth, his exuberance. So
and his he wants
and
it,
his will, because obviously you heard him. He said, "Listen, 100%, I'm going to smoke you." So there's many factors in this. But listen, talk is cheap. Come April 11th, we'll see if those words are going to be backed up with action. I definitely believe there probably will be a knockout. Joe Joyce is the juggernaut, so he's going to come. He's going to continue to punch and try and outwork and out hustle. But he's known for his good chin, but can he withstand that power what we saw against Fujimoto? But that's a different type of level of opponent. But he's got Gorman out there is probably the standout name in his whole career. But then when you look at it, you got to look at the Ghanaian guy they was talking about,
Richard Lartey.
Richard Lartey caught Daniel Dubois and buzzed him.
And in that exchange, I think Lartey landed more. Daniel was swinging him in. I think he missed a couple, but I think that showed a lot from Daniel in terms of he's prepared to take him.
Yeah. But in that one, I think that was probably one of his greatest fights as well in terms of learning experience, taking the punches, getting buzzed, managing to recover, and having that experience. So going into the fight with Joe, he's going to have all that experience under his belt. But yet again, Joe's not a big one-punch concussive puncher. It's cumulative, but he's still strong. He's the juggernaut, and it's just going to make for an interesting fight. But the gamble is a mega gamble for those boys, because the loser goes back to the drawing board and has to come back with a rebuilding process. So let's see what happens.
Okay, a couple more questions, and I'll leave you be, Dean. Eddie Hearn has come out and said he doesn't believe this fight is pay-per-view. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it is? What do you make of it so far?
It's a big fight. If this was on a Matchroom show, what do you think Eddie would be doing with this?
Of course. I mean, I think a good example is when your brother Dylan was announced versus Joseph Parker. A lot of people were sort of saying that's not pay-per-view, but it ended up, in my opinion, being card of the year. It was value for money.
It was stacked.
And
this is the case in this. But who are they going to put on this bill that's going to make it stacked, that's going to make it electrifying, that's going to make it exciting, that fans want to tune in and come and pay pay-per-view money to see it? We'll just only have to see. And I know they've got a lot of boys. They've got some good boys. They've got Sonny Edwards, is someone who's exciting, is vibrant, is doing lots of good stuff. And then they've got some other boys there. I think Liam Walsh is Liam Walsh. He the middleweight. He looks. Is it Liam Walsh?
Liam Williams.
Liam Williams, sorry, my bad. He looks great when I saw him on the last show. They've got a few exciting boys that they can put on the bill. Let's see, but I think really people want to see knockouts. Maybe if there's any more bigger guys, any heavier weights that are exciting that they can put on the bill. People always want to see knockouts. People don't want to see fights going the distance. Like with Dillian's fight with Joseph Parker, I think you had Chisora on there. Was Chisora on there? Was that against Chisora and Spilka? Or was that Chisora and Takam?
I think it was Chisora Takam, I believe.
Yeah, one of them, I'm not sure, but what I mean is, you get where I'm going. They need to assimilate ink, they need to stack the card with good fights, what people want to see, and people want to just see knockouts. So, they've got to kind of make sure they get the right kind of flair on the night with the guys they put on the undercard. Okay,
and lastly, Dean, how's 2020 going for you, and what can we expect from you and your stable of fighters?
It's going really well, I've got a few more additions, got a few more boys coming out, so hopefully March, April, May, some of the new additions will be fighting. Shakan's fighting for the British, March 28th. I've got Steve Woodall, hopefully maybe out in March. And then I've got Mason Smith, probably going to be out in May, possibly May. I've got Iffy, he's a cruiserweight. He might be out in March or between March and May. So there's a few boys, and maybe any more new additions that I get. But we're working, man. We're working. I'm in the gym. I'm trying to be healthy. God is good, and we're just living, man. We're trying to have a positive year, do great stuff in boxing, do great stuff in life in general, and just make some big positive moves.
You're gonna have a word in Frank's here to see if you can get any of your fighters on this undercard.
You know what? That sounds like a good idea. I actually probably might give him a little nudge and see. I've had a word with him this morning, but you know what, that might be a good one. So maybe I might do that. I've got to think about that one.
Okay then, Dean, well look, I'll let you crack on and do that. Really appreciate your time. Remember, this is Pep Talk UK. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you soon. Cheers.
As always.